All right, welcome in to the Aggie Hub podcast. This is Isaac. Wanted to give a quick preview of the Air Force game, some kind of keys to the game. I don't think it's too much of a secret that the Utah State defensive line has had some struggles this year. Maybe some young guys and moving some guys around, switching up some coaching. Will have a really positive effect tonight. I'm just looking for more than the win or loss. I'm looking to see some of the young guys and some of that progress. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the linebackers need to continue to improve, to impress. But I think it's definitely been interesting. Just a side note, according to Brian Phillips from 24/7 Sports, he was saying that Rock Bellinelli, the coach, assistant coach for the Aggies, has actually been moved to the defensive side of the ball instead of the tight end / special teams. So he's almost been pulling double duty with basically special teams and defense, with DJ Tialavea coaching the tight end. So kind of an interesting coaching change, along with obviously Bodie Reeder out as play caller. So that's been some which I find that really interesting, kind of leads into my next topic with Coach Miley. Frank is definitely one of the leaders in the clubhouse for the head coaching position. And I think all these changes on the defensive coaching staff and different things like that, I think has actually helped Frank a lot as far as his chances to get the head coaching position. So that will be interesting to see if he can kind of add that cherry on top as far as get a couple wins or prove that he's improved the team, or the team's playing hard for him as the interim head coach. I think that would be a big step in the right direction for those that want Frank Miley as the next head coach. I think a lot of the players want that. I think some fans obviously want that, and I think it could be really interesting to see what happens. Like I say, with the coaching staff, from what I've heard, Frank did impress and had a really good interview, and so it'll be really interesting to see. I personally would take that as he must have had a good plan as far as who he would hire as offensive coordinator and who he would keep from the current coaching staff, and some different things like that, maybe a recruiting plan and so forth, which is kind of exciting, I think. And because if he can bring in a great offensive coordinator, and he can I think he can do a good job recruiting, and I think his plan to recruit locally and so forth, I think that could be a really good formula for the future. So I think my personal opinion on the head coaching search, it kind of first came down to, would we rather keep Frank, or would we rather hire a guy like Jay Hill? And I would say they would rather have Frank. And then now it's down to, do we keep Frank, or do we bring in a hotshot coordinator or a current head coach instead of keeping Frank Miley as the head coach, or promoting Frank to the head coach position? So no decisions have been made officially, so it'll all kind of come down to the next few days or however long it takes for John Hartwell to make that decision. So again, Air Force game tonight. I think that definitely comes down to the Aggies defense, and I think the offense should be able to put up some points. Feel pretty good about the offense right now, but that defense and the defensive line / linebackers is so inexperienced and thin that it's going to be tough. They're really going to have to step up and make something happen with the guys they've got. So that's all for now. I guess maybe my next episode I'll talk about the Utah State versus BYU matchup. Make sure you go to Rakuten.com, click the link on my Twitter feed on Aggie Up on Twitter. Click on the link for the Rakuten.com sign up for an account. When you buy your first when you buy something, you get $40 back, and plus percentage. So no matter where if you go almost anywhere you buy something online, you buy something, you get cash back. And we definitely are thankful for them sponsoring the show. Click on that link so we get credit for your sign up, and appreciate listening.